everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black. Thanks for joining me today as we take a peek at the brand new dies from Penny Black's newest collection, Happy Heart Day. This collection has everything you need for Valentine cards, but the designs are versatile enough to use for any love-themed occasions, such as anniversaries or even just because cards for family and friends. All of these new products are now available in our online store, which I will link for you down in the YouTube description box below. And really quick, before we begin, I wanted to mention that this video is designed to help you take a closer peek at our new collection and share some tips and hints as to how some of the cards were created. But don't worry, we will have instructional videos coming soon that feature some of these new products and card designs. So this first die set that we will peek at today is called Lovely Border, and this is a stacking die set which can be used to add a frame of hearts to your cards. And the stack set offers a variety of sizes, and also, as you see in the center there, you get a fun love die cut sentiment word as well. On this card, I've cut the lovely border from a piece of white cardstock and then layered it onto a red note card so that the heart border becomes a prominent part of the design. And just a note before we go any further, I wanted to mention that you will see a complete list of Penny Black product numbers used on each card shown on screen in light gray, and any of those numbers can be referenced on the Penny Black website. Here I've layered that lovely border die cut panel onto a light blue background, giving it a little bit of a softer, more tone-on-tone effect. And this card shows the lovely border die used again for a tone-on-tone effect, but here I've used one of the smaller sizes, which is great for featuring a stamped sentiment. Our Hearts Around die set has a very delicate and almost like a stitched look to it. Here I've cut mine and paired it with a whimsical bee on this card, but for a softer look, I think this would also look really nice with just a sentiment stamped in the center of the heart. This stitched XOXO die set is actually one of my favorites from this new Happy Heart collection. The letters can be held by our critters for a fun, whimsical look, or you can use them as a banner for a unique touch. And while you're taking a look at this card, let me mention that this video is part of a new release giveaway from Penny Black. For a chance to win a shopping spree to our online store, don't forget to visit our corresponding blog post, which I will link for you down in the description box below. Okay, back to our stitched XOXO die set. Here I've simply cut them from colorful cardstock and layered them onto a white card base. And you may have noticed I've also used the lovely border creative die set on this card, cutting it from white and then layering it onto a white note card. And I love the subtle texture this white on white layering provides. You may have also noticed on screen that I've noted Keep It Simple next to this card. Throughout this video, I will be sharing a variety of card designs from more advanced to more simple, hoping to inspire all levels and styles of stampers. Here's a look at our Love Train creative die set, and it includes the train die as well as the letters to spell love. On this first card, I've colored my train using Copic markers and added it to an inked and die cut background. While I've added birds and a heart as passengers on this train, you can also use the die cut letters for the word love that are included in this set to sit on each train car. And speaking of the die cut word love that's included with the train set, here I've used it without the train on this lightly inked background embellished with stamped birds. Now our next creative die, Big Love, is sized so our new critter stamps can be sort of sitting or perched on top of the word. And I've done just that on this card. And you can get a good idea of the size of this die on this card. This is a standard 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch A2 sized card. But this Big Love die certainly does not have to be used with our critter stamps. Here I've combined it with a heat embossed sentiment and the little bird and balloon from another one of our new creative die sets, and I'll have more on that in just a minute here within this video. This next creative die set, Heart Charms, has 4 different sized hearts with a fun charm style hook top to them. Here I've cut them from colored cardstock and adhered them inside just a basic window cut with a simple circle die. And for one of the hearts, I've added twine in a bow to accentuate the charm design. And here those hearts were colored with Copic markers in order to coordinate with my main stamped image. This die set, Which Way to Love, is really fun. Using the different signs and signposts, you can use this for scene cards, or you could use it as the primary focal point on your card. Stamp any words or sentiments you would like on the signs, customizing this die set for any occasion. Here I use the Which Way to Love die set as part of my scene, and it makes a fun added detail, especially with this Space Reserve stamp set that I used on this card. And can you believe that the swing on this card was created by simply combining 2 of the sign posts? Now our Hearts Galore die adds instant charm to background designs, and as an added bonus, the tiny little hearts that are cut also make great embellishments. I keep all of mine in a little envelope ready to go. For this card, I first inked my background and then cut the Hearts Galore die from this inked background. I layered the die cut panel on top of my card base, making sure to ink the card base in coordinating but darker colors. This gives a tone-on-tone look to the hearts in the sky without distracting from the overall scene. I saved a few of the small hearts left over after die cutting to adhere to the sky too. Now our Hearts balloon die set can be used in so many different ways, and I also really love that little bird that's included with this set. Here I've used 2 of the balloons to simply embellish a stamped scene. And here the little bird and his balloon fit perfectly on the Big Love sentiment die. And finally, you can use these balloons with our critter and our character stamps. And on this card, I just simply cut the balloons from colored cardstock. Here's a look at our die set, sentiment set, Love and Miss You. I really like the sweet and fresh look of the script font on these. And die cut sentiments are really great for simple cards. On this one, I've added the word love to a stamped and heat embossed background on this bold red cardstock. And here I combine that word love with the stamped word you for a love you card. And I also really love to mix and match my die cut sentiments, which I have done on this card, using the word you from the Love and Miss You set with the letters to spell love from the Love Train die set. Now here's a look at our String of Hearts die. One of the things I love about this die is that it can be used with stamped images or all on its own as the focal point for your card. I've given this hedgie a whimsical background by cutting the String of Hearts die from light pink cardstock and sandwiching it inside of one of our frame dies. And on this card, I first cut the die from white cardstock. Then I cut it from all just little pieces of scraps of colored cardstock from my stash, and I trimmed the hearts and glued them onto the white base layer. And this creates a really fun, bright rainbow look. But for a simpler approach, here I've used the same overall design as the card I just showed you, but instead of adding multiple colors of hearts, I've just added one red heart for a pop of traditional Valentine color. And I think this design would also work well with a Missing You sentiment. And while we've already taken a closer look at these stamps in my previous videos, I wanted to be sure and mention again that we have exact match dies for this transparent set, Key to My Heart. And these dies make it so easy to add these adorable critters to your cards. And there are also exact match dies for our miniature 3x4" set Lovable too. And in case you missed the videos featuring all of the new stamps from this collection, I will link those for you down in the YouTube description box below. You'll want to check those out. There are 2 videos featuring the new stamps from the Happy Heart Day collection. Thanks again for taking a peek at the creative dies from our new collection. Happy Heart Day. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to visit our blog for more details about this release and to view the complete catalog. I will link to our blog, online store, and all of the ways you can connect with Penny Black down in the YouTube description box below. Happy die cutting!